Hi, it's Saturday night, the 25th of April, and day 116 of Living the Dream. As I said, it's actually Monday the 27th of April, and because of my computer crash, I had to do Thursday through Saturday's video journal entries today. I had taken notes for those days so I could remind myself what took place each day so I could do these video entries. So I'm really excited about that. And so I am now doing Saturday's video journal entry. I started my morning with my win the morning, win the day routine, and after doing my dynamic exercise routine, I fixed breakfast and took a few minutes to get my mind ready for what I figured would be a stressful day, depending on whether or not I could reach a tech that would help me get back and running. So, let me tell you what happened. When I went up to my office at around 9 a.m. and made the call into Microsoft, I explained to the person who answered my call that I had a case number, and I gave it to them, that I should be able to connect with the Windows expert so that we could have a little time saved by doing that instead of going through it all and then say, okay, now you need to go there. The case number should show you that already. And so he did. He agreed and he connected me to a tech named Johan. Anyway, the story is that Johan knew his stuff. And after several fixes and waiting and uploading and callbacks, it wasn't just on the phone for the whole day. It was, but there was a break here and a break there and a break there. Once the final upload was done, everything worked. Johan, way to go. Johan spent the next hour and a half after it worked loading back on the programs that went away because we had to take everything back to the original default setting, like I said, and the original program, including getting my email to work and 2 accounts that I had in those emails so that I could get my emails working again. But boy, oh boy, was I happy. It was about 5 p.m. when everything got back to normal and working, and so Johan said goodbye. I then did a few things myself that I needed to do before going down to spend the evening with Kathleen. So to recap, the power statement that I wrote down for today on the Friday night simply said, see it through one more day, Marty, and it'll get done this time. And that is exactly what happened. Johan got me through this crazy circumstance that I certainly didn't choose for myself, but it most definitely was a good test, a good obstacle to help my success mentality get stronger and stronger. And that, my friends, it is exciting to know that I need to go through these challenges just like you need to go through these challenges. We need to have challenges and obstacles, and it's those obstacle courses that develop greatness within us. Period. Anyway, here's the to-do list that I had for today, for Saturday. You see there's one highlighted one, which is get my laptop fixed. Check. Check my emails, check my accounts. I got that finally done towards the end of the day. Get back to building out my lesson 10 segments. Wasn't able to do that Saturday. Spend the rest of the evening with Kathleen. So yes, bam, done. The first task simply said get my laptop fixed, and I was so glad that I got that done. Anyhow, I didn't know whether or not a good tech would be connecting on with me, but I just believed it would. I got Johan, and the fact of the matter is you never want to say, write, or think what you don't want, ever. Let me say that again. You never want to say, speak, write, or think what you don't want, ever. The law of attraction always works. It does. If you think negatively, you're going to attract negative things, and they will for sure manifest themselves into your world, just as you spoke them into existence. The opposite is also true. If you think, speak, and write positively, all those things you want to have happen, they will for sure. They'll attract positive results. I don't have the time to go over all the experiences I have had with these laws of being confirmed in my life. Just know that the law of attraction and the law of manifestation work. And Johan is living proof for me, once again, that they do. I spoke him into existence in some way. With that said, obviously today was another day of living the dream. Once again, I was faced with the barrage of impulsive, emotional distractions, IEDs, firing off in my head. And so I decided to use my, remember, Olympian Fight, the Pull Success Tool, good fun music songs. And I talked about it about a week ago on a Monday, I think. Excuse me, and simply have the faith that everything is going to work out like it's supposed to. And that's what happened. Next, Croy's Get Honest With Yourself question said this: what didn't go well today, Marty? Or what could you have done better? Well, I was not in my control. It was in Johan's control, and he knew his stuff. And that went well. So in that sense, there was nothing that didn't go well today. It went fantastic because my computer's up and going, as you can tell by me recording this daily entry. Did you wake up early and start strong? Check, I did for a Saturday, still did. Did you start your morning with power? Absolutely. Were you productive throughout your day? We got it done. Did you get the most important thing done? Yes, I did. Did you move your goals forward? Yes. Did you show up as the person you wanted? I did. And was I there and was I present for Kathleen for the evening? Absolutely. Now, combine all these questions with this one. Were you honest with yourself about today's task, Marty? In other words, did you keep your commitments you made to yourself? I kept my word as stated in my power statement, and I also did all of my little routines, both my morning and evening routine, and I made sure I was present for Kathleen as the person I needed to be, even with all the stress, set it behind me, left it up in the office, came down and enjoyed an enjoyable night with my wife. The next question Croy asked is, what was the one thing you did that made you feel successful today, Marty? Because I saw this challenge through to completion, and I still and I still have other things that I committed to do today, and I got them done. I felt like I really exercised my success mentality quotient. I did those things that strengthened my mind's muscle, my mental muscle, and that felt great. My quotient, success mentality quotient, is getting higher and higher. The next question is, what movies did you watch in your mind today, Marty? Did you make time for them? I imagine in my mind that I was exercising my personal success mentality muscles as I sat there. It was just on my mind a lot today, which in turn increased my success mentality quotient. Like I said, it was a little like preparing for a test, studying and going, an obstacle course, as it were, where I had to manage my thoughts, this coming at me and that coming at me and that coming at me. Or would I fail at it? And like I said about yesterday, I passed the test. Imagining good things in my mind has always helped me get through difficult days like the last few ones I've had. Croyce then asks, rate your day's effort. Well, I gave today a 9. My attitude worked at the speed of 9, which was because I did entertain a little negative thought for just a moment in the middle of the day, and then I recognized what I was doing, and so I replaced it with the, it's okay, and then flicked it away. Power of the flicker, remember that? And that felt fantastic. And so I did have another day of living the dream. The next question is, if this was the only thing you get done tomorrow, Marty, but you'd still feel like a success, what would that one thing be? Now put it into a power statement. Well, my power statement simply for Sunday, tomorrow, says this. Now that everything is back to normal, woohoo! As far as my computer is concerned, I need a day of sharpening the saw more than ever before. And so I will sharpen my saw tomorrow. Tomorrow being Sunday is a good day to take a break from all the pent-up chaos and the stress that I've experienced the last 3 or 4 days, that I worked hard to let go and leave behind me, and not feel so pressed due to the 4 days of video journal entries that I had to hold off, and I'm now doing it today on Monday. I get to do those on Monday, I thought to myself, so put it behind me, put it behind me. They'll get done. Like the mindfulness part of my morning routine says, don't think about your to-do list or anything else. Just let your mind relax and think of the activity of mindfulness. Just like the activity for the sandbox is playing, the activity of mindfulness is just breathing in. It's that activity of quiet, peace, and getting rid of the chaos. And so my day is going to be about renewing and sharpening the saw and being present with Kathleen and for Kathleen, period. Monday's going to come soon enough. Okay. Let's end the day strong. Here's what I'm grateful for today. First of all, I'm grateful for quiet. Listen to this. Because Kathleen and I are the only ones in our home these days, and that's because all our children are all grown up, raising their own families in their own homes, we get to be empty nesters. And that means enjoying peace and quiet. Oh, man. Next, I'm grateful for the law of reason. The question of how to do things perplexes almost everyone, and we frequently prevent our own accomplishment by blaming our weaknesses on some other person or circumstance. Someone once said that the one voice on our left shoulder votes for us and the voice on the other shoulder votes for us, and then they come to us and expect us to vote and break the tie. In a way, that's true, because it is how we vote that gives our lives significance and value. Most people who fail probably fail because they have never taken the time to learn how to succeed. Many people who would like to be great athletes or artists or doctors or lawyers or business owners fall down because they don't know how to achieve their desires. One person may have in his mind a good understanding of what it takes to start and build a business, but he or she will never succeed as a business owner until they get out in the marketplace, and through months and even possibly years of effort and marketing and meetings and on and on and on, they develop the required skills of a champion business owner. Don't quit. Keep going. The fact is, we all have every potential skill within us, and we must learn how to get them out. Everyone has a vein of greatness, that plus factor I talk about, but we must learn to command the shaft by which we may draw out the gold. The greatest responsibility that has ever been laid upon our shoulders of any of us is to make the best and most of our own life. And we must take up upon ourselves, there's the key, and we must take upon ourselves the obligation for our own training and supervision and thoughts, our mental quotient. We have our own set of attributes and potentialities and abilities, every one of us. And on top of that, we are endowed with the miraculous power of reason, that incomprehensible aid to making the most of ourselves. Reason is that quality of sense and understanding, the guiding and directing faculty of our mind. Even our three minds, get them aligned. Reason and sound judgment are based on an understanding of basic general principles or laws or warranted presumptions, and validates a right course of action. That's what they do. All of us need to educate our reasoning to succeed, so we take the right course of conduct. That's the law of reason. Okay. Lastly, I'm grateful for the principle of success that says, be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. The world is full of opinions. None of them should influence where you want to be in life. Focus on your own path and walk that path, regardless of what others' opinions is. You'll never be successful in life unless you are living the life you want to live. Don't wear masks to fit into this world. Be brave enough to stand tall and walk in the direction you really want to go. Be true to yourself. So there you go. Another day of living the dream. I'll be back here to do Sunday's video journal here real quick as I share another day of living the dream on my journey to alignment. Until then, I wish you continued success. Good night.